This is about dark and light on a simple level, on a small scale, pretty much. Now, when it comes to the dark side, I'm gonna start with that. Is where you're supposed to be pulling out information of things. You know what I'm saying? On a greater scale, it can be you facing or just coming to the realization that you are Satan, you are the devil, the nigga with melanin, the black woman, black man, whichever one you are, with melanin on earth, and you are in hell. And you're supposed to also realize that you're supposed to do work with all that power that you have as Satan and become Christ. For example, you just supposed to turn the physical earth to something non-physical, which is spiritual. You're supposed to, like how they say heaven on earth. It's not necessarily literally that. It's really just you transforming a planet. You and a group of other motherfuckers came down to earth to help transform earth into something new, which is non-physical. Like I said, it's spiritual. It's spiritual work you're supposed to do. You start off on a small level, which is light. You realizing that you don't have to be depressed. You don't have to have anxiety. You have the right as a Titan God to overcome all these low negative energies that's within you and turn them into something new, happiness, excitement. You get where I'm coming from. So when it comes, like, I'm gonna give an example. When it comes to responsibilities, nobody really likes to pay rent. Nobody really likes to work a 9 to 5. Nobody really likes to be earth as a human, getting your shoes dirty or what have you, whatever. So when you turn in the light from pulling out of darkness, is you looking on the bright side of things. It may sound cliche, but as far as doing the cliche shit, that's a whole nother story. Motherfuckers might not have or feel that they don't have the energy to do it, but they do got it. That's what you call potential energy, which is dark side. Before there was a physical earth, there was a spiritual earth. In the beginning there was darkness. That darkness was earth before it became physical. We have gotten trapped down into human bodies, which is what the Zeus story is about. Zeus turning the Titans into ashes and made man out of them, humans. Um, so basically, what you're supposed to be doing on this spiritual path, this uh, whatever you want to call it, you know what I'm saying, occult, as a occultist, is hands-on work, not literally hands-on because it's a non-physical thing. You supposed to be looking at things from a different point of view other than just a human way. You're supposed to be looking at things from a different point of view other than just a human one. So a good example of that is like if you got a house that's being under foreclosure, think of all the things that you letting go of that house has caused you stress of. You can point them out, but it's easily to overlook the things that's bright about that situation. Like that house, makes weird noises in the daytime and nighttime. You gotta put up with that shit. You ain't gotta worry about if you gonna be able to come up with the tax payment that you gotta pay every year. You ain't gotta worry about nobody taking it away from you since it's already under foreclosure. You get where I'm coming from. Not to say that you gotta just sit and let your house go under foreclosure. You can look at that in another way of being positive. For example, like just make it fun to sustain your house. Keep your house maintained however you want to do it. Just make it a fun thing. At least you know you will always have something to do as a human being. And then as a Titan, you just turning it to a positive situation like, another day I get to do this. Another day I get to do that. You gotta look at this from a positive view. That's what the Bacchanalian, I think I'm saying the god name right. as far as Greek mythology, he's the god of wine, he's the god of art, he's the god of other things, but I know for sure he's the god of relaxation. So you can tap into that energy. It's not a literal person named Bacchanalian, but it's really just energy that you tap into to become that energy, which is really you just dealing with alchemy as far as transformation. We all know we human, or not, I ain't gonna say we all human beings. I say we having a human experience, going through human shit. So as you having a human experience, we all been through some shit. We all got a sad story to tell. We all got some terrible that we can bring up about what happened to our past, betrayal, setup, disappointments, whatever. But you supposed to become a titan as far as overcoming that and getting past that bullshit. Supposed to get past that bullshit. The darkness is you feeling like it's no hope, praying to Jesus, thinking Allah go come back to save you. Gangs thinking they gonna do something to you, or just worry about death for the most part. Fear of death. Darkness deals with unconscious fears. The true darkness, as far as spirituality goes, also has unconscious fear in it. Now, the light inside of that darkness, besides the unconscious fears or whatever, is the magic, is your potential. It is the chaos realm, what melanin really is. It's what melanin deals with everything in existence, including beyond existence as far as the physical known universe goes. If you got a certain amount of melanin, you go beyond this universe. You are the kings, queens, gods, and goddesses of this universe. And you the one who are gonna be the rulers of the new world that's to come, which is pretty much, I ain't gonna say rulers, because we are pretty much, when that world finished manifesting completely, us melanated beings, black motherfuckers, black people, all gonna be on the same level. But as far as building your heaven, building your nirvana, whatever kingdom, it's gonna be up to you as an individual to decide how that's gonna look for you, and you will have absolutely the opportunity to do that when it comes, which you're gonna have to do anyway. So you can start doing that now by overcoming these anxieties. Like I said in my last video, you overcome these anxieties, these depressions, with your imagination. You can't be upset about what the world is going through as far as on a global level. You can't be upset about who becomes president. You can't be upset about none of this political shit. You can't be too upset. I ain't saying you can't have no emotions as far as who passes away, or who dies, or whatever happens to those who are around you. But you gotta remember, no matter what comes your way, good or bad, you gotta remember who the fuck you are on the inside as far as how your DNA goes. Your DNA is constantly changing. It is constantly changing, which is chaos. That's why every time you go to the hospital or even get locked up, they always want to draw your blood to keep up with your black ass. So it's up to you to take advantage of that and be in more control of that. Now, as far as Kali goes, that's what Kali is about. As far as your DNA constantly changing, that's what death is. Kali is a goddess of death. Santitu Muerte, one of the goddesses in Apollo's, she also is a goddess of death. Those are two deities that you can work with. In the beginning, there was the primordial goddess, which is, you know what I'm saying, pretty much all the goddesses, titans in mythology, and they are all in your DNA. It's not an actual female, it's feminine energy. Feminine is nothing but energy. Feminine is nothing but energy. Both black men, black women have these principles within them, feminine and masculine. But you had to You gotta understand a line in the sand between both of them. The primordial the primordial energy is the feminine energy, which was there before masculine energy. Masculine energy came about when the physical realm came about. You get where I'm coming from. So, in the beginning, that was you with your melanin, and that is what darkness is. Now, the light is when you transform that darkness into something new based upon what you want it to become. As far as creativity, you just have to be aware of who you are and what it is that you are. That's really, I don't want to say that's all there is to it, but there are, it's also for you, it's also up to you to do it. It's up to you to do the work. That is the occult work that you're supposed to be doing with the visualization to get rid of depression, anxiety, all this madness that you've been programmed to believe is reality. Is not reality. You gonna have to deprogram yourself to how things work. We can't pretend and sit like we are all on the same frequency here on earth, because that is not true. We know that ain't true. If we was all human beings, all the same as human beings, why is this person working at McDonald's and why is that motherfucker rich and don't have to work a job? So evidently there is a difference amongst us beings, and it's up to you to take control of your reality, take accountability. It can be hard at first, but at least you know you got some power to work with.